If staying focused seems like absolute impossibility, trust me, you're not broken, you're not alone, it's me, it's everyone. And I've watched countless of videos around how to cope with that, and I found one thing that actually helps me on a daily basis. Did that hook work on you? I'm just trying new things, sorry about that. I know it sounded very influency kind of video, and it's slightly different to what I normally post on this channel, but I've just been working on something and I realized that probably, well not probably, 100%, I'm not the only person who's struggling with focus or keeping it throughout the whole day. Adding to insult to an injury, in my case, I also got an ADHD, as in real ADHD. It's not just saying that everybody is on the spectrum, because not everybody's on the spectrum. Just because you can't focus or you're hyperactive doesn't mean you've got ADHD. Having that out of the way, and I think that needs a totally separate video because I realized there's a lot of people struggling with that condition and they're just not seeking help, or they don't know they've got it, or they don't know that there is a help to be had. And trust me, it's a night and day difference. And probably just like you, I watched hundreds of videos on how to lock in and just focus on the task at hand. And none of them actually worked. I love those theories that if you're gonna make your workspace more cozy, you're gonna feel more at home, and it's gonna enhance your creativity, and your focus is gonna be 100% better. That doesn't work. I think with the space I created for myself, it makes me too cozy. I find way more distractions than I probably should. And I don't know if you can relate, and probably if you're working from home you can. When you are actually locked in into your task, whether it's a project for work or you're studying for something, and you're grinding away, you're fully task orientated, and then all of a sudden you find yourself playing Helldivers and looking at the watch and realizing it's just been 3 hours that passed that you were supposed to be working, and instead you were killing bugs. And going back to work might not actually be the next thing you really want to do. It's basically the story of my life. I do need distractions for my brain to reset so I can go back to the task at hand. But sometimes those distractions take way longer, or one distraction leads to another. Now, there's no one solution that fits all, and I appreciate that this little thing that I'm gonna show you in a second might not work for everyone and might not change things long term, but it definitely helped me to at least recognize when I'm just about to get sidetracked, and I can remind myself that this is something I'm doing right now and I need to focus on that one particular task. And this is gonna sound silly, but there's this little device that Muslims use for prayer counting, or you can use them probably by a bouncer at the gates. It's a little click counter that I just randomly ran into on one of the Reddit posts, and the way I use it for staying locked in, I hate that word, staying locked in, it's not locked in, reminding myself that I shouldn't be distracted, is whenever I feel like, oh, you know, there's another thing I could actually do, or this thing on Amazon I really wanted to check, or going into YouTube rabbit hole because something just popped out in my notifications. I slammed that little button and then I realized, shit, no, I need to stay on topic right now, at least for that half an hour to an hour, because that's my max attention span. If I can do one thing for an hour, I call it a success, you know. Then I need to step back, do something else for 15 minutes maybe, and then I can go back to the task. But this actually, that small tiny $1 thing made a massive difference. And it's not just the fact that it keeps you from being distracted, but then if you look at your count rate at the end of a task and you're hitting like 40 or 50, you start recognizing these points even without using the clicker. At least that's theory behind it. I've been using this for 6 months religiously, especially when I'm working on something bigger. No, I'm saying this and then mid-project I decided to record this video, which is probably might be invalidating the point a little bit, but to be fair, I've been doing this for 2 hours straight, which is kind of a new record, so I'm allowed to have a break to share some valuable, I hope, insights with you. And I think for the sake of $1, this kind of makes sense. You can find them on eBay, Amazon. I'm obviously gonna drop in an affiliate link below, so I think I'm gonna get like one a cent per sale. It doesn't really matter. I really hope this is kind of gonna help you a little bit, because shit, meditation doesn't work on me. Morning routines are out of the question. I'm not getting up at 5 a.m. so you can work in peace, because if I wake up at 5 a.m. I'm typically way too tired to focus on anything, really. I need like another hour in the bed with coffee and YouTube, and that drags to like 10 a.m.-ish at least. I'm not a morning person. And I don't think many people actually are. A lot of us just try that 5 a.m. club. That's a great book. The great book if you really want to be miserable, because between you and I just can't. It just feels like there's a lot of people who they're not managing life better. You're not going to become more wealthy by being that tired, by going to bed at 8 p.m. every day to wake up at 5 a.m. and just grind away your life. I'm not doing that shit. I'm trying to find hacks that allow me to be more productive in a short time span that I've got designated for work. Because honestly, I work to make a living. I don't live to work. And I don't know if you agree with that approach. I totally appreciate that you don't. And I know a lot of people who glorify work and they live to work because that drives them, that gives them satisfaction. To me, I do prefer to go for a walk in the hills or go surfing or mountain biking. I do work that I like, and it took me good 30 years to realize that slaving away in a work that pays well but makes me miserable or is just plain boring isn't the thing I really want to do. And I'm more than happy to take a pay cut to do something that I actually enjoy. But even with the things I enjoy, I still get distracted, so this little ring of power kind of helps. I'm not saying this is gonna solve all your problems, because it's definitely not. Like I said, there's no one-click solution for this. But give it a shot. Give it a shot for a week. See if it helps. See if you can find patterns that make you distracted and maybe recognize them before you actually give in to them, or even before you have to click this thing. And even the satisfaction from looking at your counter and going like, how does it like 50 distractions that got missed within that hour, kind of gives you this really cool a feedback loop, very positive one. So yeah, give it a shot. Let me know down in the comments if that made any difference, or is it just a placebo effect that works on me and it didn't help you in any way. I appreciate both negative and positive comments, as always. So yeah, I would say keep on grinding, but screw grinding. Keep on living, and I hope this is gonna help a little bit.